Brinson ASMR video. It has been a hot minute since I've actually recorded a video. I think it's been like 2 weeks. And I was uploading, but I had pre-recorded the videos because I went back home for vacation to see my folks and everything. But I am back in business. Thank you guys so much for 200 subscribers. We reached that milestone while I was back at my parents' house, and I cannot thank you guys enough. So thank you very much for that. And today, to start off my first video of 2020, first one I'm filming, we're actually going to be talking about my New Year's resolutions. And if you guys don't have New Year's resolutions, I suggest that you do them. Just because I feel like if you write it down, and if you write the change you want to have down, and if you write like the actual action points, like how you're actually going to go about completing the goal, then you will be successful, or it'll be easier to be successful. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So I'm planning on releasing a music project this year. If you guys don't know, I sing, and I'm planning on releasing a music project, trying to keep that pretty quiet for now, and not really going to talk a lot about it because I do want to keep it kind of secret. There's actually another thing on this list that it also is a bit of a secret, so I have to leave some of these out. But yeah, that's kind of the first one. The second one is focusing on mental health. And that's not something I struggle with particularly. I do get like pretty anxious quite often because I try and do a lot of stuff within my day. I have a full-time job, and I also do this, and I also do music. So it's a lot of balancing stuff, and I really enjoy it. But sometimes I find myself getting a bit anxious. So I've tried last year I tried doing some meditation exercises and some mindfulness exercises. I actually use an app on my phone called Headspace, which I find pretty helpful for kind of just like relaxing and, kind of like being present in the moment and not getting caught up in everything that I have going on around me. So if you do struggle with any mental health, or you just want to, benefit your mental health, or better it, I guess is the better word to use, then I would suggest looking into maybe meditating, any sort of mindfulness techniques. I would definitely look into that if I were you. So yeah, that's one of them. The next one is starting a more fixed gym routine. So I think it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago now when I was like, I put as my New Year's resolution that I wanted to start properly working out. Because the only thing I had done before that was like lift weights in my room or in my house. Just like super light weights, but I didn't really know what that kind of was back then. And then when I got to university, I started going to the university gym and going a couple times a week, and then it turned a few times a week. And ever since I started working, I feel like it's kind of become a bit irregular, my whole workout schedule. And I love working out. I think just as practicing your mental, like practicing meditation and stuff is good for your brain. I think like for me, going to the gym is really good for like my body, which kind of, both of them I think connect the body and the brain, for me at least. So yeah, I'd like to be doing 4 or 5 workouts a week. I typically go to the gym for about an hour. I feel like after that I'm kind of just I'm not going as hard as I can. Like I prefer doing like a 1 hour really good like a really good 1 hour compared to like the first hour, and then I do like a kind of crappy second hour. So yeah, and within those workouts, I mainly do strength training. My body type tends to be like, if I don't go to the gym, I'll get really skinny and scrawny. So I mainly do strength training, but I would like to kind of get back into cardio a little bit. Because sometimes I'm like running to get the train or something, and I'm like tired, and I'm like, what am I like? I'm so like out of shape, but I go to the gym. So yeah, that's probably get back into cardio, start trying to like run again and stuff like that. So yeah. Next one is money related. as I've started working now, I've started to actually make money, which is good. I'm sure any of you guys who have been to university, you kind of know the feeling of like the late nights in the library where you're like, I don't know, like you're just learning and you're like, I just want to go out and work and make money rather than just spend money to like go learn. So it's been great to make money. At the moment, I've been reading a lot of personal finance, or like financial literature, books kind of like that speak about, how to manage money and how to kind of go about diversifying your investment profile and stuff like that. Not sure where this noise is coming from. Sorry about that, guys. Turn the gain down. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. There was a noise outside. Just had to turn the gain down a little bit. But yeah, essentially, right now I've just been trying to kind of like save money and stuff like that. Obviously, I can't save all of it because, I got rent, I got food, bills, whatever, but kind of just save as much as I can. And kind of create some sort of emergency fund, if I ever need money. And kind of the goal for this year would be to save like a good amount of money into the emergency fund. And then also create a savings account, ideally like a high interest savings account. If you guys want to learn about personal finance and you want to watch YouTube videos about it, I highly suggest someone like Graham Stephan or Nate O'Brien. He's pretty good as well. They're guys that are kind of pretty good with money. I guess Nate O'Brien's more of a lifestyle kind of minimalist thing, but Graham Stephan's definitely more like financial focused, I guess. So yeah, another goal for 2020 for me is going to be kind of just understanding what to do with money once it's saved, rather than just like keeping it in your account, like to invest it in, whatever. I don't really want to like bore you guys with investment terms, but you can invest in different things. So just basically a place for me to put my money, so that way I can save it and the money grows depending on wherever I put it. So that way one day I can take it out. And yeah, it's been great to make money. It's definitely nice to like actually keep some of it after I have to like spend it on rent and stuff like that. And it's been nice, like I was worried about not having enough self-control to save, because like I feel like I know a lot of people like that who like spend all the money they get and they're like, oh, I have no money to do stuff, even though like they work a full-time job, but then they like go out every weekend and spend all this money. And I was kind of afraid that like I would do that. But I think after kind of reading a lot of stuff on personal finance and watching a lot of videos, like it is really important to save money when you're young and invest it, because then that money's worth more than like when you're older, because of the like interest on the investment. Anyways, if you're interested in that, read up on that. I won't bore you guys anymore. Let me drinking some iced tea right now. Or actually, I'm not drinking it, I'm just opening it. Okay. Next is related to this channel. Maybe the one that you guys are most curious about. So by the end of 2020, I am determined to have 1,000 subscribers on this channel, which is kind of crazy if I think about it. But also, I started my channel on October 5th, and now it is January 9th. So let's call it whatever, October to November, December to January. So let's call it 3 months. And right now I have 212 subscribers, and like getting subscribers gets easier as you get to more subscribers, because like it's like exponential growth, right? So that would be the goal, to get 1,000 subs on this channel. So if you're not subscribed, then hit that subscribe button right now, like the video for the YouTube algorithm, do all that good stuff. So that's gonna be the goal for this channel. I obviously need to like post more frequently. I've been slacking recently just with the holidays, but now that I'm back home and I got my setup and everything, hopefully the videos will be a little bit easier. Well, the videos won't be easier to make, but it'll be easier to make them because I have everything, right here. So yeah. Also, also in 2020, I want to acquire a second source of income. This kind of has to do with personal finance again. But it'd be cool to either make money from investing money somewhere or potentially even like YouTube. I know you don't really make any money from YouTube if like you only have 1,000 subs. But it would be cool just to see like a little YouTube paycheck just kind of for the sake of it. I'm not really like obsessed with money or anything, but it's just like, I don't know, I like being like secure and like all of that, and I feel like it's really good. Like I'm only 21 right now, so I'd rather like start making money now than like start making it when I'm 30. Or I guess start saving it when I'm 30. So yeah, that would be cool. So if you guys aren't subscribed, then feel free to subscribe. I don't even know if I would monetize this channel. I don't know, I guess it would just depend on everything. Anyways, that's a long way down the road. Hopefully not too far down the road to 1,000 subs, but yeah. And then the last main 2020 goal that I can think of right now is to read more. Now this may sound kind of dumb when I say it, but reading is actually very important, and I know I sound like a preschool teacher, not a preschool, but like, I don't know, like a third grade teacher or something, but like, I've noticed recently that I literally don't read anymore, like at all, pretty much. I don't know the last time I read a book for fun, aside from like I read like personal finance stuff, but I feel like that doesn't really count. Like, I'm thinking the last time I read like a fiction book for fun, it's probably been like 3 or 4 years. Like, I did so much reading of like academic journals in university, and then once I left, like, I work in marketing, so I read quite a few marketing journals, and what else? What did I just say? Oh yeah, and personal finance stuff. And kind of like self-improvement stuff. But like the last time I read a book, like not wanting to gain something out of it, was like a long time ago. So definitely something I should probably get back into, because I feel like it makes your writing better. Just because the more you read, the better. It's like the more you listen to music, the better your own music will be, because it gives you like more ideas and stuff. So I definitely need to read more. If anyone has any book suggestions, feel free to comment them below. I used to read like a lot. Obviously in like high school and middle school they make you read. So I was like inevitably reading more books, and they make you read books that aren't like academic books. They make you read like, and what I mean by academic books is like academic journals, like journals about like marketing studies and business studies. Not like books like, I don't know, The Catcher in the Rye and like The Giver and How to Kill a Mockingbird, or just To Kill a Mockingbird. Whoops, messed up a bit there. But yeah, I would like to be reading like one book per month. I really don't know how realistic that is, but I'm gonna allow myself to like read some books, like personal finance stuff, and then I'm gonna also like make myself read some like not as I don't know, maybe like a few fiction books, or like a few like books that make me imagine stuff. I don't know. And yeah, guys, those are kind of my 2020 resolutions, honestly. And like, as you can see below, well, you can't really see, but below, like, I have like start a more fixed gym routine, which is the resolution, and then below that I have like 4 to 5 workouts a week, cardio and strength training. Like, I think the key to making New Year's resolutions successful is like, it comes down to 2 things. It comes down to like, first, setting yourself a goal that's actually achievable. So I was like picturing myself doing all of these things, and like it worked in my head, you know. I could be like, oh yeah, I want 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, but that's like insane. Or I could be like, oh, I want to read 1 book per week, but that's like insane. Or I want to work out 7 days a week, insane. You know, like, I think the key to it is like, is having, I don't know, achievable goals. And then the second thing is, for each goal that you do, always like have the overall goal, and then have like the sub points of how you're gonna get there. So like, have the main objective, and then have the like action points, like how are you gonna actually go about doing each resolution. I think that's really important because, like, if I just look at, like, start investing as one of mine, I'm just like, and I feel like if it was just that, I would kind of like lose sight of what I'm actually trying to like do. But the fact that it says like, you know, like start investing money in diverse things. Obviously it says like a bunch of stuff, but I'm not gonna read it all. It's really boring for you guys. You know, things like that. I think that's really important. So you can always kind of keep your eye on the ball, I guess. But yeah, guys, these were my New Year's resolutions. Feel free to comment yours below. You know, I would suggest you put some, even though it already is January 8th or January 9th. You know, just make some. Do your best to stick to them. Make them realistic so that you can actually stick to them and describe what they actually are in more than like, you know, don't just write 4 words. Like, actually describe how you're gonna do it. But it's good to be back on YouTube, guys. Don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, because we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, and I know we can do it. And I hope you guys have a good